Hi, everybody. I'm going to go over a couple of things regarding teacher evaluation and ask you to watch this hopefully short video before our staff meeting, which is next Tuesday, the 29th of September. Okay, and following or included in this video will be a couple of different links that I referenced today so that you'll see them in the video and you'll also have links to access them yourself. The first one, hopefully you see on the screen, is this 2020 Licensed Educators Handbook. I do have hard copies of everyone for this, and this will be in your mailbox in the staff workroom this week. Okay, this is our 2020 revised teacher evaluation handbook. We talked about it very briefly during our in-service week. I'm going to show you a couple of pages in here, but again, you'll have the whole handbook in your mailbox today. The first few pages obviously are introduction, table of contents, people that were participated in this revised version. I'm gonna skip forward to a couple of pages that I want to talk about today. The first page is page 23 here, or 22, I guess, in the handbook, and it's just regarding our timeline. First thing I want to say is please don't panic about any kind of timeline. We've had a slow start. We've had a delayed start with some days closed. So we're very flexible in our timelines as we get started here. But this page is a big change from previous years, so I just want to highlight it again. So it talks about the timelines around what time of year or when things should happen. That's over here on timelines. And then whether it's broken down by probationary temporary educators and contract educators. So it just talks about approximately how many observations and by when should they happen. Okay, our folks are still categorized either by probationary temporary or on cycle, off cycle. This book, I believe, uses the words contract A and contract B, and those are synonymous with on cycle and off cycle. So a contract A is an on cycle, a contract B is an off cycle. The next two pages are another version of timelines. So again, it gives you some dates along the left-hand side and then what should be completed at that time of year. So page 23 here is the probationary calendar timeline. Page 24 is the contract calendar timeline. First thing I want to highlight is this October 15th goals conference piece. That's an example of one of those things that will be very flexible given that it's already September, late September. We'll be very flexible and we'll likely be pushing these dates out to give us more time. So please don't worry about that at all. Okay, the next page, the continuing pages go into goals, again, related to that October 15th, October 30th days. We do still have goals, and the next few pages talk about that around your goal setting. Okay, the last thing that you will want to look at in the handbook is around formals and informals. Let me see if I can find the page for that one. Here it is. Let me go backwards. That's this one. Okay, this is what I'm going to look at here. Again, a big change here is the difference in formals and informals. A formal observation, which would be the length of the period, the duration of the lesson, is primarily just probationary temporary teachers now. Our contract A and contract B on cycle, off cycle teachers will have a much heavier focus on just informal drop-ins, okay? That certainly doesn't mean that if you have a totally killer lesson that you've been really excited about and you would like to invite us in and you want us to stay for the whole time, we'd love to do that. Certainly doesn't prohibit us from that. So, however, we really are having a heavier focus on informals versus formals. This is page 17 in your booklet, okay? So I'm gonna stop there on the booklet, but again, these are gonna be in your mailbox. Please pick it up, please thumb through it, mark anything that you'd like to mark. Okay. Next, I'm going to link this document in. This is just what ODE, Department of Education, has outlined for school districts in the state around educator evaluations during this year. It talks about that they are still required, but it also encourages us to simplify things during online learning for teacher evaluation. So I'm going to link this document into your email here with this video. The next one is this document here that says focus on 8 critical components. And what this is connected to our new Danielson rubric for teacher evaluation. Remember, we have changed our teacher evaluation rubric from this Medfordized rubric to Charlotte Danielson's rubric. All of the standards in Charlotte Danielson's rubric, our focus this year during distance learning is just on these 8 standards for teacher evaluation. And they are outlined here on a front to back document. Again, I will link this document into our email. So we are going to go through them really quickly, and then we will have some follow-up at our staff meeting about this. So demonstrating knowledge of students, engaging families and communities, creating environments of respect and rapport. You see things like 1B, 4C, 2A. Those correspond with the entire Danielson rubric. So when you're looking at the whole rubric, that little 1B, 4C is kind of a shortcut for you to look at. The entire Danielson rubric is included in your 2020 evaluation handbook, and it starts on page 40. Going down through routines and procedures. Second page says assessment for learning, planning coherent instruction, using questioning and discussion techniques, and engaging students in the learning. So these 8 standards are our focus during teacher evaluation this year, which is totally awesome to just really simplify. Obviously, the green proficient column is our goal, is our target, right? Just like that communication we've had in previous years. Proficiency is where we are all striving for, and it means that we're knocking things out of the park. We all have areas of expertise where we have elements of distinguished, and we all have things that we continue to grow and learn in. Proficiency is really that middle ground where we want to live all the time. All right, guys, that's it for our video today. And we will have a chance to do a little bit of work with our staff meeting around teacher evaluation. So please make sure that you are ready for maybe some questions if you have them, or anything that you need us to revisit in large or small groups. Thanks.